What was he thinking? Did he pay for that? Anybody that really has a haircut that bugs you? No one comes to mind.
Lonnie Divek doesn't have a very good
Really?
haircut.
You know who bugs me
is
is
stylist.
You weren't asking me, but I'll just throw this in.
Go ahead.
Chris Mullen bugs me. I mean,
Well,
it
this
looks
is
like
just
he's
a Burr haircut.
It looks like he's ready for the chair.
Give me the Ted Bundy. And,
what the hell is that?
Well, hair fashions are always changing. Hair fashions are always changing, particularly mine. Now that that's fading out. But it's kind of interesting. So you look at the pictures of the Pacers in the early days, and the black guys with these huge afros.
Mel,
Do you think that's going to come back?
No.
Really?
Afros, that's
way
one
too
thing.
much work.
Yeah, that'll never come back.
Really?
That's out with bell bottoms.
Way too much work.
Gone.
See,
forever.
but I hate to tell you this, Reggie, but bell bottoms are apparently making a comeback.
Bell bottoms are out? Damn, man.
Look at that chick. Yeah, they're back.
What about earth shoes and stuff?
Earth shoes.
What about chokers? A tasteful choker.
You're going to be choking pretty soon.
I think maybe that's what we should
As I
order up
thrust my
next.
thumbs into your neck.
Do you know what a choker is, Chick? It's actually a long neck bottle of beer.
Really?
And then you top off the long neck where the beer ends with vodka.
And we're going to do one of those with you in about 2 hours. Chick is once again on his fifth drink. Chick, I don't mean to push you, but you have to drink up because you have a shot coming in 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
We're trying to have you do an ounce and a quarter of alcohol every 15 minutes, and you've been going now for approximately an hour and 20 minutes.
Doing this?
Yes.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
child care set up for him today, Reggie.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
what if my bladder lets go? What should I do there?
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about your hurling.
I'll hold up the yellow card.
I'm going alone.
71 degrees our current temperature. It's now time for us to check in with the news with Christy Lee and Chick McGee's Pathetic Sports in a moment. Christy?
Good morning. Rodney King has been arrested for investigation of drunken driving. California Highway Patrol officer says King was arrested early this morning by 2 officers who saw him driving erratically in a restaurant parking lot in Orange County. King was unable to perform sobriety tests. Officers smelled alcohol in his car. He has been taken into custody and is expected to be released later today.
Of course, the LAPD has a rather unusual sobriety test. They stand back 2 feet and try to hit you and see if you can duck the punch. A very unusual situation.
It's effective, though.
Boy, that's arresting a firecracker, isn't it? Jeez.
Well, the thing about Rodney King is, the guy, they call him motorist Rodney King. Let's not forget he was fleeing police in a high-speed chase.
That's
at the
true.
time, which does not mean that he deserved to have the living crap beaten out of him. But
No.
at the same time, he was not like coming home from his
Church meeting.
On this very sensitive subject, protests of rapper Ice-T's Cop Killer and counter-protests by free speech advocates loom over today's shareholder meeting of Time Warner Incorporated. Here's just a little bit of that song from Ice-T called Cop Killer. Should I read the lyrics to you before you hear the song so you know what he's singing? Because it's a little hard to understand.
Okay, go ahead.
It's, I got my 12-gauge sawed off. I got my headlights turned off. I'm about to bust some shots off. I'm about to dust some cops off.
Okay.
I got my 12-gauge sawed off. I got my headlights turned off. I'm about to bust some shots off. I'm about to dust some shots off. I'm a cop killer. That's you and me.
There you have it. Now, Brenda Maples, who's president of the Law Enforcement Alliance of America, her group's going to be on hand to protest that particular tune. Maples met yesterday with Time Warner board members and says they refuse to meet their group's demands about the song.
Time Warner admits there is a line when it comes to social responsibility. However, they do not feel they have crossed this line. They're probably the only people that can read these lyrics to these songs and not feel like they have crossed that line.
So it will not be removed from record stores, according to Time Warner.
Some record chains apparently have chosen on their own to pull it.
Right.
Which, by the way, I understand that the day that was done, it went out and sold like 300 extra copies.
Yes.
So, as soon as you
say something should
As soon
be
as you ban
banned.
a song,
Of course.
it becomes extremely popular.
Of course.
And whatever happened to Two Live Crew?
Oh, yeah.
Their next album wasn't banned, and
Oops.
Bye.
Kind of disappeared.
Bill Clinton has been handed the reins of a party that hopes to break the Republican hold on the White House. In a well-staged event, Arkansas kicked off the nomination roll call last night. Bill's mom turned in the first votes for her favorite son, and Ohio gave Clinton what he needed to secure the prize. Madison Square Garden erupted, confetti streamed from the ceiling, and delegates broke into a demonstration for Clinton.
What they're saying is raise our taxes.
No, they're saying
we
less
want
filling.
Bill. Tastes great.
Oh, okay. Raise our taxes.
In a surprise visit to the hall, Clinton thanked the delegates and declared he'll be back tonight to formally accept the nomination.
A surprise visit to the hall. Gee, what a shocker. These people are so easily entertained at these conventions.
According to doctors attending Pope John Paul II, the pontiff looks fantastic a day after his operation. He's running a slight fever, but that apparently is normal after major surgery.
I understand the doctor walked in yesterday and said, hey, Paul, how's the papal pooper?
Perfect.
Yes, yesterday doctors did remove a tumor from John Paul's colon.
By the way, now he has a semicolon. If you're keeping track.
Yes.
The first person to receive a baboon liver, showing no signs of rejecting the organ. The 35-year-old man who received the baboon's liver is listed still in serious condition, but he has been taking walks and watching videos to pass the time. Doctors believe
he went to a karaoke bar last night, Reggie.
Baboon liver is doing quite nicely, thank you.
Baboon liver. Sorry.
Yes, just ahead of sports, by the way. The King's been spotted again, this time on the tiny island of St. Vincent in the British West Indies, which has released a set of 9 postage stamps depicting Elvis in various stages of his acting and singing career.
Knew it.
Yes.
Oh, that's not a publicity stunt.
No, they're stamps.
Not at all.
If Elvis is alive, I'm sure he's going to go to some obscure Caribbean island. I was trying to get some dreadlocks, actually.
No, they're just trying to publicize the fact that they do have 4 stamps of Elvis available. The stamps are about 4 times the size of the 1993 U.S. stamp that will bear Elvis's likeness and sell for $1 each.
Cool.
Alrighty.
There you have it.
Sports? Have you
Good
finished your
sports, Manning fans.
Have you finished your drink yet, Chet?
Yes, I'm done.
He's done.
Okay. When did you finish it?
Just now.
Okay, so we got to take
Just now.
3 minutes before we do the breathalyzer test to see how you're doing after 5 drinks. Mixologist, get number 5 ready, please.
What are we doing next? A shot? Is
A
that
shot.
it?
Livia, a shot.
How many have I had? 4?
A shot of something. It's got to be vodka.
You have finished 5 drinks, chick.
Oh.
In an hour.
Okie dokie.
A little over an hour.
Help me
See,
with
now I
that.
thought he'd be
An hour.
totally inebriated.
Reggie's going to help me with the sports.
Hour and
because
25 minutes, actually. Let me handle the keeping track of this. I know
Okay.
exactly where we are.
Reggie, can you help me with that word
Sure.
there?
Indianapolis Colts.
Indianapolis Colts training camp.
Yeah.
Boy, it's quiet. Opens today with a new conditioning regimen.
Yeah, we got it. You're doing fine.
And 12 rookies and 3 veterans unsigned. Coach Ted March Baroda, what a nutty name, is one of 8 Colts coaches making their first trip to Anderson University, along with rookies, free agents, and veterans who were injured last season. The rest of the veterans are due to arrive July, what's that, Reggie? 23rd.
So sad. Thank you.
I got your back home.
The New Orleans Saints confirmed reports today that number 1 draft pick and former Indiana University running back Vaughn Dunbar was not lying when he said he was signed by the Saints yesterday, because that's what he said he was signed, but now the Saints have evidently confirmed that. Team spokesman Neil Gulkus said yesterday that Dunbar was signed to a 3-year contract without an option. Other details of the contract weren't given.
Chick, can I interject with a sports story here?
Would you please?
Kind of on the same subject, the Michigan Supreme Court has ruled that the Detroit Free Press can use a drunken driving probation report to defend itself in a libel lawsuit filed by pitcher Steve Howe's father. And a proud father he must be.
You bet.
Howe's father sued the newspaper in 1987, alleging a story was false and defamatory in which Steve Howe was quoted discussing his father's drinking problem. Alleged drinking problem. So I guess what it boils down to is, according to the court, this old guy doesn't have a hollow leg to stand on.
Will you sit down, please? Give Tom a drink.
No thank
Put
you.
it on my tab, buddy.
I'm sorry, Chick.
Where are we? There's a full slate of Major League Baseball games on the schedule today as the All-Star break comes to a close. The Los Angeles Dodgers are at Philadelphia for the lone day game. Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Hassan Jones is free on bond. Jones arrested yesterday for carrying an unloaded gun inside a suitcase as he prepared to board a flight at Tampa International Airport. Police say Jones told them he just forgot the gun was there. Sorry.
Well, if he'd needed it, it would have been a kind of a drag. Oh, forgot I had it. Darn it.
See, and if he'd
There were no
wanted it,
bullets.
if he'd wanted it and it wasn't there, he'd have been really mad.
Sports this morning brought to you by the Peppermint Twist. Come on, baby.
Let's do the twist.
do the twist.
Not all the action will be in the parking lot tomorrow night at the Twist. Hey, Tom, tell them about the big concert coming up tomorrow night at Peppermint Twist because I can't.
Okay, Molly Hatchet, Pat Travers. The alcohol is kicking in. Molly Hatchet, Pat Travers, and Ma Kelly. It's in the Peppermint Twist parking lot tomorrow. Gates open at 5 o'clock. Jimmy Mad Dog Madels will be broadcasting live to remind you how to get to the Twist. I can tell you right now. You take 465 or something down to Emerson, and then you go south of 465. In fact, with 465 in so much disrepair, I recommend taking the back roads. You know where it is. It's on Emerson Avenue, about a mile south of 465.
Yeah.
You can't miss it. It's on this side. On the east side
On the
of,
left side.
On the
'Cause you're going
east side
south.
of
Yeah.
east side of Emerson Avenue.
Who's drinking here?
Not me.
By the way, all day long at the Peppermint Twist, you can get that juicy ribeye steak dinner for $4.95. Plus, every drink only $1 till 10 p.m.
Okay, can we do Chick's
I
breath
think you
test,
have
Steve?
Washington Redskins socks on,
Excuse
don't
me.
you?
Yeah,
Steve Gaunt is here from the Indianapolis Police Department, and he is going to do once again a breathalyzer
Hi,
test. on
Steve-O.
Chick has now finished 5 drinks. His last reading was .045, almost halfway to the .10 mark, which is the official mark at which you are legally intoxicated and in very serious trouble if you're operating an automobile. Okay.
Now? Oh.
He's blowing very hard through this straw. Once again, this is a small device about the size of a Walkman radio. Chick is blowing into it. Steve will get the official reading for us in just a minute.
Is that sports?
Huh?
Is that sports?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Christy?
Let's see if we
I'm
can
waiting for the wacky
we're waiting
reading.
for the breathalyzer? Okay.
see if we can get a reading.
Should I do a tongue twister while we're waiting?
Go ahead. Do a tongue twister.
Oh! She stood at the door of Mrs. Smith's fish sauce shop, welcoming him in.
We have a reading there, Steve?
Sally's selfish selling shellfish, so Sally's shellfish seldom sell. The sun shines on shop signs. Flocking shoppers shopping. I like that one.
Excuse me?
Those flocking shoppers
Shopping.
Yeah, Chick, that's a good idea. Read the ones with F sound. Won't you?
Those flocking shoppers.
You're doing pretty well with them.
If neither he sells seashells nor she sells seashells, what shall sell? Ding. See, there you go. Who shall sell? I have trouble with the S's. Can I go to the B's?
No. Finish the S's.
What is it?
Coop up the cook. A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer.
Okay,
Richard gave Robin a wrap in the ribs for roasting his rabbit so rare.
the R's are easy. Okay, what do we have, Steve, for a reading?
.060.
Ooh, boy.
.060.
Sell that baby. That's higher than Great American, isn't it?
Yes.
There's a wacky bit.
Guaranteed.
Finally in the news, Christy Lee.
In Nyland, California, nearly 20,000 fish at California Desert Fish Farms died when vandals lifted a gate draining the water from the pool that they were being held in.
Well, there's more to this story than you think. 20,000 dead fish. Authorities
Kind of
believe
a wacky prank.
this is the worst mass murder of fish since the incident that occurred shortly after Mrs. Paul was fired from her job at the post office in California.
Thank you so much.
72 degrees, partly sunny today, humid, high about 86. A thunderstorm a possibility this afternoon. Thunderstorms in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow. Only a slight chance of showers tomorrow, according to Pat Carlini. Cooler tomorrow, less humidity. Saturday and Sunday, nice in the 80s with cooler temperatures, obviously, and a little bit less humidity.
Your next
Chick,
cocktail,
Ready for
Chick?
another chick?
Shot time.
Chick is officially at this point 60% on the way to being legally drunk. Let me just ask Steve something real quick. Steve, about how long does it take for an ounce and a quarter of alcohol to metabolize into the system? Is it depending on how much food Chick is eating or what?
Certainly food plays a factor. Alcohol is unique in that it's one substance that does not have to be digested from the stomach. So from the mouth, it's able to go straight through the stomach into the small intestine and then straight into the bloodstream, where it's then carried to the brain. Ordinarily 15 to 20 minutes on an empty stomach. Now, Chick,
did you have anything to eat today?
I had those little powdered donuts this morning.
Oh, okay.
I love those.
Little tiny hostess
Chick,
donut.
can you sing the Dipsy Doodle song?
Oh, the dipsy-doo.
Okay, so at the rate we're going, it looks like.
See, now I'm not drunk because I know you're laughing at me.
You're not drunk. No, he's not.
I think about 9 o'clock.
Now,
I've seen Chick
if he didn't even drink this drink, he'd probably be at 70.070 in about 10 minutes.
Are you going to drink that? Are you going to drink it as a shot?
Do you have my drum roll? This is supposed to be a shot.
What is this now, PJ? This is just a straight shot of Absolute?
It's a white spider.
What's a white spider?
It's a little creme de menthe and Absolute.
Wait, does creme de menthe have alcohol in it also?
Yeah, but I
equaled it out. Okay, so this is another 1.25 ounces of alcohol. This is called a white spider.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once again, I'm using PJ's wife's nursing mother breast pads as a coaster. Ready?
Here he goes.
Go.
I like this.
Go.
Your face speaks 1,000 words.
Yeah, buddy.
If only we were on TV.
Mommy.
Okay, well, that's his 6th drink, and we'll wait a few minutes to do another breath check on young.
That's good.
Would anyone mind it if I took a little nap?
McCartney, Q95. 8:33. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Good morning. 73 degrees our current temperature. We'll be getting a weather forecast in just a second. We are doing an experiment this morning to illustrate the effects of alcohol on the human body. Unfortunately, we couldn't find a human, so we let Chick do it. Chick is stumbling around the room.
I'm going to be tinkling now.
Okay, bye, Chick. Chick is on his 7th drink. We'll be speaking with him in just a moment. This is all being supervised, of course.
Thank God.
In the nicest way. We have Brian Kiley from the Broad Ripple Comedy Club joining us in the studio, along with Reggie Miller from the Pacers and Pat Carlini from the Channel 13 Weather Center. Before we get to Pat and the forecast, Brian, I know we have another gentleman from the Comedy Club that's going to come in, Dan Bradley. I just wanted to say thanks to you for coming in.
Oh, thanks.
Anything else of interest you've been doing? Do you have any hobbies or anything?
Well, I've been busy. About 2 months ago, I joined the Big Brother Association because a lot of little kids don't know what it's like to have an older brother. So I take this kid out once a week and beat the crap out of him. I wouldn't have to have missed that part of growing up.
I don't think that's quite what they had in mind.
I guess you had an older brother, huh?
Yes. He was actually a cop. Actually.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. A Boston police officer. You still living in the Boston area?
Yes.
Yeah. I want to ask you about something. I vaguely remember this. Something about your high school.
Oh, well, our high school was sort of famous. We were the Fighting Indians.
Right.
We had an actual Indian who's our mascot.
Right.
He used to dance around the field before every game. So all our games were rained out.
I wanted Reggie to hear that. It's a classic. Brian Kiley, great comedian. He's at the Broad Ripple Comedy Club. Thanks, Brian.
It was a bitch during basketball season.
Gee, you have a great laugh.
Yeah, don't watch the car basketball game tonight.
Oh, good.
Speaking of rain, Pat Carlini is here with us. We got another standard Indiana forecast.
Yeah, lately it's been all the same kind of stuff. Today, another hot and humid day with more rain. And again, we could have heavy rain this afternoon with thunderstorms. So we'll keep you posted on that. But the weekend looks great. It'll finally dry up and the humidity will drop. So you can breathe again outside this weekend.
All right.
Okay.
We'll come back talk with Reggie, and then we'll bring Dan in.
Okay. So one more time, Pat. Tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I think tomorrow's looking pretty good. So we have that slight chance of rain in there, but I think by tomorrow it should be out of its system. Tonight will be the night.
Okay.
Tonight you'll get soaked. Tomorrow looks good.
I can see this. Us burning Pat in effigy.
Why an effigy?
Because we'll come right back. It's 8:36. 2:35. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Currently, Chick is in the back room entertaining our staff.
Oh, no.
Well, I bet they're thrilled.
Chick is drinking today on the air, being supervised by the police. Once again, we do have a ride home for him in child care arranged, so he won't go home and do anything dangerous. He's on his 7th drink right now.
7, is it?
Yeah. Actually, he finished 7.
Yeah,
didn't he?
that's, no, the shot was his 6.
Yeah, and we haven't done a breathalyzer on him since he did his white spider.
Yeah.
That's what that was called? Okay.
Yeah, so
He can handle pretty much so far.
well, he's more than halfway to being legally intoxicated. Right now, we have Reggie Miller here with us. Reggie, of course, plays for the Indiana Pacers, and Reggie, you have
good to see you guys.
Good to see you as always. You have a basketball camp. And a lot of people are interested in basketball, obviously, in the state of Indiana. Enjoy the game, enjoy playing. Real quick, what's the gist of the camp thing?
What are the
what age groups?
Basically, more so in my camps, I teach fundamentals. Billy Keller is helping me run it. If anyone who knows who Billy Keller is, he's big time on fundamentals. And grades 3 through 6 is from 8 to 12. And grades 7, 8, and 9 through 12 is afternoon session from 1 to 5.
Okay.
July 20 through the 24th. And
there's still a few spots left.
Right.
Who do they call?
Call Kathy Jordan at the Pacers office. And if you don't get your application in by today or tomorrow, you can easily come down Monday morning. And if you're from the grades 3 through 6, have your mother.
So where's the camp being held?
At Park Tudor.
Okay.
Great. Park Tudor's over near Broad Ripple.
Right.
Kind of.
Near Broad Ripple. And nice facility.
College Avenue.
Very nice facility.
Do you have some special guests popping in throughout the camp?
Well, we're going to introduce people to the new rookie, Malik Silly. He's going to be the closer. And we're going to get Chuck over there to do some antics.
You'll be there?
Of course, I'll be there every day.
You'll be there every day.
I'm not the kind of guy that gives the camp and just lends my name and then comes the last day and say, hey, thanks for coming, thanks for the money.
And now here's so-and-so to teach you this.
I like to be there hands-on.
Will he be teaching you any fundamentals?
No.
He's not going to come on and go, hey, Reggie, let me show you something about defense.
Him of all people will not be teaching me defense. And what's really cool is also the 25th. That's Saturday at Tomwood Ford. We're having, this is really, because I don't do too many card signing shows. Myself and BJ Armstrong.
From the Bulls?
From the Bulls. You know, everyone knows I don't get along with the Chicago Bulls, but BJ's kind of cool. But then the other guys.
When are you doing this again?
It's a card signing show at Tomwood Ford from 12 to 2. Bring your cards and your pennants. And
what day?
Saturday, July 25th.
That's this Saturday?
No, next Saturday.
You got to do this on Saturday. You got to have Chuck show up there and have him kick a ball into the showroom.
That's great. That's an idea, Bob.
Well, I just wanted to bring in a Chicago Bull because I know a lot of people
Chuck
are
could always curse out the salesman.
Chick's back.
Peace out.
Chick. Good
morning.
Fine. Could we have Steve do it? Have you started you haven't started your 7th drink yet, so.
I don't think I have.
Also, Reggie, this is not strictly for boys, is it? Isn't your sister going to be there? And,
Oh, yes, this is for ladies, too, the camp. Yeah, it's not just for guys.
Okay,
it's
for everybody.
It's for everybody. I don't exclude.
All right.
Okay. Well, if you're interested in Reggie's basketball camp, once again, Kathy Jordan at the Pacer office will help you. Reggie's a great guy, as you can tell.
Yeah, come on now. We'll have a good time.
Okay.
You could talk about, and I'm sure you talk about more than just basketball.
Right. I talk about life and situations and let them know that basketball's not everything.
You can suggest things like never let your kids go into, say, radio.
I love you, Reggie.
Because you might meet somebody
Thanks,
like
Chic.
Chick.
Hey,
I
Chic.
love you, Reggie.
Hey, will you come speak at the camp? Will you come speak at the camp?
We're waiting for Chick's breathalyzer while we wait
Hold
for that
on.
result.
Morning Q95.
Hello again, everyone.
Howard.
Dandy Don wants to know if he can come over so Chick can throw up on his butt.
Send him over. Thank you.
Question for that man. Number 31, the life one, out of UCLA.
Hey, Howard.
Hello again, Reggie.
How you doing? It's good to hear your voice.
I've got an unsubstantiated rumor, but I find it as my task as a sports journalist to pass it on.
Yes.
My condolences to you, Reggie.
Yes.
Why?
Will Chamberlain has been named to the U.S. Olympic team.
What are you talking about?
Which team?
What event?
The U.S. Olympic basketball team, that man, the Big Dipper, number 13, has been added as the new member.
Really?
Why?
So they can now be known as the Ream team.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, Howard.
Well, Reggie, thanks for coming here for the last time, and we appreciate it. We're sorry that you were so embarrassed.
Steve, did we get a reading on Chick there?
070.
Whoa!
Oh, boy. Now you're getting up there.
Marty,
No wonder
a
you're
couple
so
more, you'll be
goofy.
there.
Let's just review Chick's progress. All right. He has had a Bloody Mary. Following the Bloody Mary, his blood alcohol level was .006. He had a pink panty. Following the pink panty, he was at .015. He had a screwdriver. Following the screwdriver, he was at .035. Big jump there. He had a vodka gimlet. Following the gimlet, he was at .045.
You don't smoke, do you?
He had a vodka tonic. Following the vodka tonic, he was at .060, and he did a white spider shot. Following the white spider, he is at .070. Once again, he is 70% on the way to being considered intoxicated. We have his next drink coming up. PJ is our licensed mixologist.
Another shot?
I don't recommend the white spider. I did not enjoy
really?
that.
That sounded interesting.
Far too minty.
We are once again using measured shots, each one an ounce and a quarter. And PJ, what do we have here?
Vodka martini.
A vodka martini. Now, what is it? This is a
That's
vodka
a sip and drink.
Vodka and what now?
Twist.
A vodka and a twist, that's all?
Splash of vermouth.
Splash of vermouth.
Shit, you're going to knock it over. Put that down.
What, no olive?
A twist.
You know, a man can't enjoy his martini without an olive, PJ.
You don't even know what you're drinking at this point. Look at him.
You're going to love this one,
PJ's
Chick.
rubbing the rind of a lemon around the
rim of the glass.
I think, is this a shot?
No, you sip martinis.
This is vodka and vermouth?
Right.
Yeah, you
That's
just
it?
sip on that.
Give it a
nice
give it a jolt there. Now, once again, we don't recommend.
Take a big gulp of it. It's a sipping drink.
Now, could I point out that we
This
began?
tastes like perfume smell. Okay.
Yeah.
We began this drinking exercise at 7:55, which is almost
6:55.
6:55. Excuse me, which is almost 2 hours ago.
Actually, you really didn't hit it until 7 on the nose because we had...
Chick, we were aiming to have you have an ounce and a quarter of alcohol every 15 minutes. You are very, very far behind. I'm afraid you're going to have to down this in one fall.
Yeah, you're going to have to drink up, Chick.
Just hold your nose and take it down, Chick.
Do you think?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, because...
Well, let me get the lemon out of the way. We don't want that to hinder things.
Of course not.
Once again, drinking Absolute vodka today, and this gives me an opportunity to remind you to watch for the fine Willie Faust artwork coming up in USA Today. We'll be telling you about that the day it comes out.
Be shooting.
Where's my drum roll?
Oh.
yeah, Bob.
I don't do a shot without the drum roll.
I forgot. Okay.
Kavoyan.
Excuse me, McGee.
Now he's getting
All right.
All righty. Without a net, by the way.
James Bond would never do a shot with a
That's really going to be
And
powerful.
it's down.
PJ.
We'll wait 3 minutes. We'll wait 3 minutes and do another shot with Chick. PJ, why don't you make him something? Can you make him one of those?
His eyes are
one of those
looking
girly drinks that's real sweet.
Yeah, make him something that he would like.
Make him something girly and fruity or something, and he can.
Fruity tooty drink.
You know what I'm saying.
A fruity drink.
I love you, Bob. Bob, I love you.
Now he
Thanks,
loves
Chick.
Bob.
We have a brand new song here.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, while you were gone, Reggie, Bob had a vasectomy last Thursday, as you know.
Boy, there's a memory.
That's right. You were there, Chick.
I drink to forget.
The Dinos. We're going to be giving away a vasectomy on the air tomorrow and reading our final
What do you smell?
vasectomy
You
poem.
really stink. He just smells like...
Pat,
Come here, sweetie.
Oh, my gosh.
he's been drinking
like he's
alcohol
been
for 2
drinking
hours.
quite a
Well, he
while.
has been. What do you think he's going to smell like?
Yeah, but she says he is.
I'm okay. I'm good.
Boy,
I'm okay.
funny.
I'm good.
I know you're fine.
I'm fine.
Could we move on now?
All right.
We have this brand new song. It's a tribute to Bob's vasectomy. It's a very short song.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the Dinos.
Oh, great.
On Q95.
Bob went to his physician. He had a proposition.
Sterilize my emission.
The doc shaved Bob's patooties, then did his clipping duties. Now no more baby booties. It's Bob's vasectomy. Clip. Snip. Oh, oops, sorry. Don't slip. Don't wear it itches. And please don't pick your stitches. And don't wear skin-tight breeches. It's Bob's vasectomy.
Thank you. Pretty wild stereo there.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I like that. I like that part where Bob comes in.
Where did that
Good
come from?
impersonation there.
Sterilize my emission.
Who did that?
We pull Bob. Bob, trust me. Just say this line. Just read this line.
That's all
Trust me.
happening, huh?
See, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. We'll come right back. It's 8:51. 8:55 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. It's a drinking day for Chick.
We're stone cold sober. Joining us in the studio, we have Reggie Miller from the Pacers, who also is a teetotaler. And Chick has now downed
He's gone.
Seven
drinks. We just had Steve Gahn from IPD, the Indianapolis Police Department, who has been here all morning supervising. Steve, how did Chick do in his breathalyzer? Have you done it yet?
Yeah.
Okay, he's about to do it.
He would have done it.
Yeah, he almost had a chance.
He would have done it, but I
Chick
picked up
knocked
the
it out of his-
breathalyzer and blew into it.
He's
just
trying
for
to
fun.
cheat. That's what he's trying to do. Trying to cheat.
Okay, ready?
Go ahead.
Okay, once again, Chick has had a Bloody Mary, a pink panty, a screwdriver, a gimlet, a vodka tonic, a white spider, and a martini, each one containing 1 1/4 ounces of alcohol.
Right.
Absolute vodka is the alcohol in question. And his last reading, Chick, was .070. This is a digital reading device about the size of a handheld radio or a Walkman radio. And Officer Steve Gaunt from the Indianapolis Police Department is currently supervising. And is it climbing the scale there, Reggie? Can you see?
Yeah.
Still going up?
I love you, Reggie.
In the meantime, Pat, can you give us a quick forecast? We're also going to talk with our comedic guest, Dan Bradley from the Broadway Comedy Club, in just a second.
Yeah, we have a hot and stormy day on the way once again, and tonight more thunderstorms, a lot of rain with the storms. Tomorrow, though, it starts getting a little better, and the weekend looks great with a high of 80 degrees and sunshine, and humidity finally leaves. So.
Okay, we're looking for a great day tomorrow. Budweiser coming by and bringing by some great guests. Q95 presents Molly Hatchet, Pat Travers, and Ma Kelly. A free show at the Peppermint Twist tomorrow. Is Chick still climbing over there?
Yes,
Steve?
go, baby, go. Sell. Woo.
Where is Chick's blood alcohol at this point?
He's almost there.
09.
09. I guess one more will do it. Huh?
And
Number 9.
Now,
Number 9.
Are we ready for our next drink? Okay, the bartender's bringing in our next drink. We'll see what it is now. Once again, absolute vodka, the poison Chick has chosen
Something
today.
kicked in there, didn't it, Steve? Really? Reggie?
See, you can tell.
Reggie?
I'm trying to help you out.
Now, joining us in the studio before we get to this next drink, we have comedian Dan Bradley. Dan is at the Broadway Comedy Club along with Brian Kiley. Dan, are you a drinker?
I had to quit drinking a couple of years ago.
Because of things like this, no doubt.
Well, I had a real bad experience. I got really drunk and I went horseback riding one time and I fell off the horse and then my foot got caught in the stirrup and then I was being dragged behind the horse and I thought I was dead like guy from Kmart came out and unplugged it. So I kind of quit after that.
I can understand. I can certainly understand.
Yeah.
Hey, that was really funny, drunk or sober, okay?
That would mean you were
That'd
pretty
do
drunk.
it.
Oh, yeah. They do serve drinks, of course, at the Broad Ripple Comedy Club. It doesn't bother you being around alcohol?
No, good.
Okay, great. Well, we'll get back to Dan regarding drinking in a second.
I just don't like to be around horse rides anymore. I can understand why.
Sure, I can see that. We have Chick's next drink. PJ, what are you making this time?
Hey, Reggie.
Yes.
Shouldn't we just trade Smiths? I mean, come on.
Chick,
isn't he just a burden? I mean,
Chick.
We're going to trade Chick.
Carry his dead behind up and down.
Oh, we're mixing a drink.
What are we having this time for our...
It's a fuzzy navel with vodka, though.
Okay, what's a fuzzy
Running out
navel?
of vodka. That's peach schnapps and orange juice.
Oh, there's schnapps in this? Oh, that'll be deadly.
You're running out of vodka?
We're running out of vodka?
Oh. No, he's running out of vodka drinks. Chick's throwing the mic around the room.
What? I don't know.
It's a fuzzy navel.
Fuzzy navel.
Just
fuzzy
pour it.
navel.
There's a cherry in it. Ooh.
Yeah, put a cherry.
Yeah, you can probably. I bet you can just chug that thing down, Chick.
Easy.
That looks like a sip.
That looks like an orange juice.
Give it a taste. How does it taste?
Like an orange Julius.
Really?
Well, a little
more pungent,
a little more bitter, and I like to take this time to go back to my childhood.
We'd like to take this time and play a song. Q95.
My mother went to...
3 WFBQ, WNDE Indianapolis. You're with Bob and Tom and the, I guess, the partying Chick McGee.
The Dipso. Chick McGee.
Good morning, Bob and Tom.
Chick
How are
McGee
you?
is currently drinking his 8th
cocktail in about 2 hours.
So
I think it's time to review functional alcoholics in society. People you didn't know were drunk. But
Chick is not much of a drinker as a general rule. He is now on his... What's this? This is a fuzzy navel you're drinking now.
Fuzzy navel.
And you have to finish that. You're currently at 0.090, which is 90% on the way to being legally intoxicated, unable to operate a vehicle.
Yes, sir.
What I thought we would do here is, before we speak with our comedian guest, Dan Bradley, could we do what do they call it, where you check the guy, if you know when you're driving along at night and you see some guy on the side of the road touching his nose and stuff with the police, what's that called?
Sobriety test.
A sobriety test.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you do that on Chick without? Do you do that before you take the reading on the machine there, or what?
Yes. Field sobriety tests are basically done to give an officer an idea, an approximate range of where a subject would test.
Okay, so if it was like 10:30 on a Friday night and you saw a chick driving home, you took one look at his eyes, what would you say to yourself?
Now it's time to do some field sobriety tests.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now, can you do it?
What if I grab your gun, officer?
I think
what would you do then, Mr. Big Man?
I think that's when backup comes by and blows you away.
I believe as soon as you threaten the officer, he can not conduct the field sobriety test because you have just committed a felony and you're about to have...
Oh, fine. Mr. Fascist. Bust my balls over a couple drinks?
Excuse me, I'd like to interject a comment. I believe he's now over.
That's what I figured.
Chick, could you stand up first of all?
Well, I think I could.
Little field sobriety.
I believe you.
There, I'm standing right now.
I believe you owe Stephen.
Okay, now we want you to do the Karate Kid
I love
move.
you, Steve.
He has apologized to
You
Steve.
won't in a couple hours.
Okay, now he's standing up.
Take your glasses off.
Okay,
glasses off.
Now, Steve.
I'm blind.
Steve, is it typical for someone? I can't help but notice Chick keeps shifting his weight from foot to foot, flailing his arms. Is this typical of a drunk?
Not flailing my arm.
Is this typical behavior of a drunk?
Oh, boy, I'm tired. in his case, maybe. But
Yeah. Okay. Well, no. What do you do? What's the first thing you do? I'll try to describe it as you do it. If
okay,
it's visual.
This test is called horizontal gaze nystagmus.
All right.
And basically, we're looking for 3 different factors, if you will, in the eye.
Horizontal gaze nystagmus. That was a disease Carlini got 4 years ago.
Hey, but that's cured, Tom. That's cured. Don't bring it up.
I love you, Pat.
Sorry, Pat. I couldn't resist. I hear the word horizontal and I...
Before I take this field sobriety test, I need a little drink.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Now, what does he have to do, Steve?
Okay, we're going to measure his ability or observe his ability to follow an object across his field of vision horizontally.
Okay.
You know, I'm fascinated by shiny objects when
We're
I'm,
gonna-
when I'm sober. Shiny.
Hold the stimulus out to about 50 degrees from dead center of his nose and see if he can fixate on it for approximately 4 seconds.
No, okay. Here we go. All right.
Now, if we see his eyes jerk, we'll know that we're pretty close.
Now try to be. Excuse me.
Chick,
do
don't
not tickle the police officer. Okay, Chick is standing up. His eyes are without his glasses. Okay, Steve is holding a special pen-like flashlight device. He doesn't have a chin, Steve.
I don't have a chin.
Okay, just don't listen to me. Don't listen to me, Chick. Okay. He's moving the flashlight. Chick is following it with his eyes, and we'll see what...
I never noticed Chick have a wandering eye before.
Mm-hmm.
Do I?
You are a dog. Don't hypnotize him.
Yeah.
I am so high.
Okay. Let's see what Officer Steve Gahn from the Indianapolis Police Department has to
Can't see
say.
the pen when I lower my head, Steve.
Okay, he's once again checking,
Oh, that makes my eyes hurt.
doing the field sobriety test to see if, had Chick been a motorist, then he had been stopped on the road. How did he do, Steve?
I'm plastered, aren't I?
He's right at about a 1-0.
Now you can just tell. What do you see in his eyes that you can tell he's been drinking?
Okay, again, we look for smooth pursuit, the ability of him to follow a smoothly moving object across the horizontal field of vision. If
And
you
was-
were
was-
close enough, like Reggie is, you could notice his eyeballs tend to jerk from spot to spot rather than
Yeah.
smoothly flow.
I see. So at this point, then you would ask him to take the regular breathalyzer test if you were on the
Probably
road?
do several other tests. Maybe the one-leg stand, the walk and turn, finger to nose.
Those are the compulsory.
The Lindy Hop.
The triple Lindy.
Now,
Then he runs a 40 and signs his Viking contract.
I'm ready to go.
the finger to nose, that's the one you always see on TV.
Yeah.
I never forget, what's the finger to nose thing? How does that work? Can you do it with Chick?
There are probably as many ways to do that as there are police officers. Basically, the idea is that it's a skill test, a dexterity test, to see whether or not you can take an object and place it on your nose.
Okay.
It's not very reliable.
Have you ever had anybody actually have their finger enter their nostril?
Oh, yeah. And
Really?
their eye and their
Then,
mouth.
then they pull something out and put it on their nose. It's pretty wild.
Okay.
That's the end of the test.
Okay. What's the drunkest you've ever picked someone up driving? Have you ever had someone? Okay.
That's the end of the test.
Okay. What's the drunkest you've ever picked someone up driving? Have you ever had someone? How high of?
Any blood left in his alcohol stream?
Not much.
Well, Chick is currently drinking his eighth drink. It's a fuzzy navel. We're going to have you finish this one off and do your final test in a few minutes here. We're going to come back. We have a great comedic guest again. Another one. We have Dan Bradley here, a very funny guy from the Broad Comedy Club who's been waiting in the wings all day.
We'll come right back.
And talk to Dan.
It's 9:10. 5. You're with Bob and Tom. Great day. Chick is imbibing this morning.
Where'd he go?
The bathroom, yeah.
He's in the bathroom. Chick has been
I like this fuzzy
under
navel thing. It
Don't
smells
drink
good.
it.
I'm not drinking. I'm just smelling.
under our supervision. Chick has consumed completely 7 drinks, each one with 1.25 ounces of alcohol. His blood alcohol level after his martini, which was his 7th drink, was 0.090, which means he is 90% to the point at which the law has determined he definitely cannot operate a vehicle.
Right.
He's in a very gray area right now.
I would imagine he's just about, or he probably has passed the 1-0.
Yeah.
So.
One of the ways you know that he's had too much to drink is he's supposed to be in the studio broadcasting with us, and he is in the
tinkling.
bathroom.
So,
Yeah, he's had to go to the bathroom
allegedly,
a lot.
this
Let's hope
is
that's all he's doing.
Long for that.
There he comes.
The click you heard was his head hitting the door.
Very nice.
Now, before we talk to Chick,
Will you back off for a minute?
would you please finish that drink so we can do your test? You've been drinking for almost 2.5 hours. Oh, he just downed that drink. Are you going to eat the cherry? You've had no food
I
today.
don't like cherries.
Would you like some food? Should we have someone bring you some chow?
Yeah, like a sandwich or something?
That'd be
great.
good.
Maybe we can send someone out for it. What kind of a sandwich do you want?
Like a turkey Swiss thing?
Yeah. Fine. We'll work on that for a few minutes.
Maybe a pickle? Christy, can I get you anything?
Meantime,
No, I'm fine. Thanks.
In the meantime.
Thanks, buddy.
I love you, Christy.
I love you too, Chick.
Comedian Dan Bradley has joined us.
Dan, I bet you're having a hell of a day, aren't you, Dan?
Crazy around here. It sure is. Chick, stop playing the bottles.
When you do that, it turns off my microphone, which makes me very upset.
Yeah, upset Mr. Griswold.
Oh, boy.
I gave you the best years of my life. I just said, here, take him. And what do I get?
See, you don't see this on the air. See that little hurry up sign. Where he sticks his little index finger out and makes a little circular. Hurry up. I've got wacky comedy. Hurry up.
Nothing you say is important, so hurry up.
Nothing you could possibly say is funnier than I am. Hurry up.
It's okay, though.
Okay, Chick, fine.
We got to book him into the club, you know that? No, you got to get him 8 drinks under his belt before he goes on stage, though.
Yeah, get him out there insulting the audience.
Roger. He can do his team.
That is the voice of Dan Bradley. Dan is at the Broad Ripple Comedy Club. Dan, this is your first time in Indianapolis?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Ever watch the Indianapolis 500 or anything?
Oh, yeah. I love the Indy 500.
Really great.
Friends don't let friends drive drunk unless they really live a long ways away. That's what I always say. Yeah, I can't possibly drive you home. That's got a lot to do with the Indy 500, doesn't it? You know, I ate at White Castle for the first time the other night, and I was so drunk.
What you need, Chick?
Yeah!
I was so drunk I thought I was in McDonald's, and I ordered a quarter pounder, and I got 500 hamburgers. So I'm not going in there again for a while. I got on my horse and left.
Dan, you're originally from the Midwest?
Yeah, Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Yeah, live in L.A. now.
Oh, do you? Okay. Big difference, obviously.
Oh, yeah. A lot of difference. L.A. is just, it's dirty, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've missed Minneapolis quite a bit. I was going to get a job at the fair there, but they told me I had too many teeth, so I had to leave and go out to the coast.
I can see that. Are you married or dating or single?
Single. You know, I read a survey recently where they interviewed 100 women, and they asked them what they do, and they see a guy they get the hots for, and they said they ignore them. So, are the women after me or what?
It must be. Now, you mentioned earlier you don't no longer drink. Are you clean? Former drug user? Any of that stuff?
Everything. You name it, man. I did it. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You don't look like
a lot of drinking. Oh no, my dad's a big beer drinker. This is my dad's favorite expression. He says, "Do you think it's just coincidence? There's 24 beers in a case and 24 hours in a day." I'm one of those people. Yeah.
Steve, you're shaking your head. You know some of them people?
Never thought of it that way. Oh boy.
We're talking with Dan Bradley. He's at the Broad Ripple Comedy Club along with Brian Kiley. Great show this week. I hate.
Come on down.
You've had to get up real early this morning.
Hey, that's all right.
Okay. Well, I was, you probably go to bed late.
I didn't sleep very well. I had a dream I was locked in a room with the new kids on the block, and I had a gun with one bullet.
Uh-huh.
So I shot myself in the head.
That'll do it. Have you finished your drink, Chick?